Oh wait, it's me, but there's more. Oh, oh, woo, woo, woo. Okay, it's Chase to see. Hey, as long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
Hey man, say man, this the boy. Dude, don't act like you don't know who I am. AKA your favorite rapper. Only sports track.
Holy shit, that is literally an over. What off-brand energy drink you got going on here? Just saying. Ooh, relax. I'm a whore right now. But what? Oh, woo, woo, woo.
There's too much butter in the pan.
Overly woke people piss me off more than anything in the world. You play with my bitch.
They had no blacks.
What is wrong with you, bro?
Wow!
That was on my list. Because I sure was going to hit you with the grand rising, my sister.
All you hear is Michael's mother in the background. Michael, hang on that damn phone!
I'm getting ripped tonight. Oh, I did that. It says, man, fuck this shit. And walk off. Not only did he walk off, it was a dog. He kicked the shit out the dog. Why he kicked the dog, bro?
Somebody! Oh, call the doctor! Oh my god. Hey y'all. What happened? Oh, you got pretty eyes? You showing them off?
Hi.
Something fell over here. I don't know what happened. You high?
You in that room.
No, dude. That's not happening. That's not. I promise. I promise. I promise. It's just I had moved something, and something had failed because I moved it. So I was like trying to figure out what had moved when I moved it when it failed because it moved.
Mm.
I got
Okay.
baby scratches on my face. I'm sorry, my delay. I had to put a baby to sleep. So.
You pat it. Do you want it?
I'm a rocker, butt pat, then back and forth, and then when they gone, go right back into that butt pat. Gone out.
I've always been a solid back tapper.
I'm a butt tapper. They love it. They be taking my hand. Do it. Do some more. I'm like, yeah. Put them right out.
I like to put them right here on my arm. Just hold my.
I don't know. Babies like guys do that. They're not so much with the women, but when men do it, they love it. Hi, mom.
Even again, I don't like babies, so I like. Yeah, I don't like babies.
You like babies.
No, I don't like babies.
You have babies.
That has nothing to do with me liking them. If my kids could have came out like at 1, I've been straight.
Oh, so
But
you don't like newborns?
Yeah, I don't like babies. They boring.
Okay, that's a newborn. So we gotta get the terminology correct here.
No, I have it correct.
A 1-year-old's a baby.
No, 1 year a toddler.
That's not a toddler. 2 years a toddler.
To me, it's a toddler.
You still gotta watch a 1-year-old. 2-year-old, you can kind of let them eat by them.
I don't know what 2-year-olds you've been around. Damn 2-year-olds I've been around, they'll hijack your car.
I don't know if hijacking the car is a...
Yeah,
just because they can walk. My niece walked at 7 months. That don't mean she a toddler.
She's a toddler. If you mobile, you a toddler. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. It's like cars. Some cars are more advanced than others. It's the same thing. It's still a car. If she start walking at 7 months, she's just a little bit more advanced, which means that put her in the toddler category. So you gotta treat her and say she ain't no baby no more. Mm-mm. Yep. Yep.
That's still my baby. Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's a baby. That's a baby. Anyways, hey guys, are we liking the new hair? Okay, let me do a fake 360, aka a quarter turn, to do a bad bitch turnaround. Bow. See what I'm saying? Okay? Get a little something. Get a little shoulder, a little skin. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. And the and infomercial. You get
What?
like a, I like the hair in the infomercial. You get a slow mo wink. Just in. I like it. Right on. Right.
Just me. I'll be trying. Yo, my new turned 6 months old yesterday. This dude has just been growling. And he like vibrates his body when he does it. It's though he's like like he gets like he goes Super Saiyan charge.
Mm. Okay, speaking of that, let me say this. You're the first person, well, I ain't gonna say you, but your family is the first time I've seen somebody celebrate 6 months.
I did it for my
I,
niece. We didn't her
I've
mother didn't get like a little cake or nothing, but she got her little tiara that
yeah,
had
I've
happy
never when I seen that 1.5 or the half, I was
halfway to
like,
one.
I've never seen that.
Let me tell you how Bishop read it. She goes, "Oh, what's this? One way, two T."
Huh? Say that again?
So if you're not on my Snapchat, right? So my brother and my sister-in-law did a nice little celebration because, to be honest, it is a very proud moment that your child made it to 6 months. I like a year is very big. Obviously, it's going to be a big thing, but to a baby to accomplish getting to 6 months old is a lot. They be wanting to reject themselves, going back to Jesus all the time. So it's a big deal, right? So they went and got him just one or two. Like, it was like a package off Amazon, like like a little decorative package. It wasn't like it was anything big. You just put a couple of letters on a string, put it up, taped it to the floor door. They got a little cake, and that's it. It wasn't like a big thing. It was just literally his mother, his father, me, my mom. Like, it was it. It was it was just because they're just here. Um, and the decoration is a basketball, and it says it's like a fraction half, and then way to one. Okay, the word one. My mother saw the cake topper. Now the cake topper is a fraction, like a literal fraction, like one half way, and then it has two with the basketball, and then the O is a basketball net, right? Then an O and an E. My mother reads both of them signs, and she's standing there studying. You know how you can tell somebody's like concentrating on something, and she goes, "Oh, this is so nice." And she had just got out of Bible study. "Oh, this is so nice. Oh, look at that, Micah. Look it. Oh, what's that say? One way to T. What does that mean?" When I tell you, we it, lost it. Uh
What was on the cake again?
huh. Halfway to one.
What did-
One
you
way
love
to T.
you love Bishop.
Hey,
Yeah.
but here's the funniest part about the whole thing. My sister-in-law left to go do something today. She gonna text me randomly in the middle of the day. One way to T. When I tell you I read that and lost my shit, we were just not to say how you read one way to T out of that. Yeah, yeah.
Your mom was sipping on something.
Huh?
Your mama was sipping on
Is that?
something about this good.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. She don't let none of that before just her lips. Just a little slow. Little chugga chugga. Little chugga. which way, guys. As per usual, I'm never prepared for nothing, but we're doing Am I the Asshole? Because Dukesy loves it because they have some crazy ass stories on there. Maybe a little while. So anyway, yeah. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about and discuss little things. So gather around, tell your people to tell your cousins to tell your friend and y'all to come on through. I done sent this thing to everybody. And I usually post it early, but just like y'all have ADHD too, and y'all be getting distracted. So I need to send it to you right then and there when we on. So you populate it right now, you know? So anyway, which way, Duke, if you want to do the honors, you can go first, obviously.
Let me pull up the old cell phone. I think I screenshotted one like a dummy, and I don't know if I got the last couple of.
So Row Black Girls React. We be on every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Central.
Okay, ready?
Thank you for whoever texted me. Yes!
What's wrong with your Wi-Fi?
Okay. Before we move on, I don't know what's been going on with the Wi-Fi as of late. I've never had this problem. It's never been a situation. I don't know why I've been tick booming. These past couple of weeks, it's really annoying. But at the end of the day, I don't take care of this bill, so I'm just gonna do what I can in between time and try to have fun with it. If I do have to at any point in time, I can always use my mobile hotspot. It's that.
Mm,
Am I
okay.
frozen? Am I a
Like
claymation movie?
like every 2 minutes you freeze.
Every two?
Hmm.
Oh, that's unacceptable. So let me go on my hotspot. Mm-mm. I don't like. I didn't know it was that bad. I thought it was only when I would see you freeze, and I'm like, what do you mean, frozen bitch? Oh, friend. Y'all, tomorrow is Friday. It is Friday Eve. Tomorrow, Friday. I cannot wait. I'm going to a really nice event tomorrow night. I'm gonna try to look cute. Might see a nigga or two. Who knows?
If you hear a little dog barking in the background, that's Roscoe barking at Roscoe because she won't get him no hoochie pappy. Just,
Why won't he? Oh, I feel like she can give him hoochie pepper. She just don't want to, and that's okay.
yeah, that's okay. Like he's not her type.
What kind of men Roxy like?
Big men.
That's a that's my girl.
Yeah, she
That's my
like big
girl. She know where that.
she like big men.
She like big man. Has she ever tongue tied with anybody?
Nah,
Oh, you not letting that happen.
nah, nah,
She got to get out there. But like, listen, she's a peacock. She got to fly.
nah. We good. We good. Hell, they barely get fed. You know what I'm saying? And you want to add the possibles between 1 and 8 more? Hell no. No.
Okay, no, it only froze because I was connecting to my mobile hotspot. Now we good. Now I won't freeze no more.
That's right, Mo. He ain't tall enough. So, all right. So here we go. This is titled "Broke the Side Piece Rule." Okay. And I'm the asshole because I'm decided to break up with my side piece. In all fairness, we are both each other's side pieces. I can honestly say we are trauma bonding together. I didn't know that was a thing. I never heard of trauma bonding before. You muted.
Trauma who?
Trauma bonding.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Okay. We are both trauma bonding. We met years ago, but we reconnected randomly. She's a really cool person. She's a really cool person, sexy as hell, and we decided to take our friendship to the next level due to her being interested. I never pursued anything, but I also never denied anything either. One day we decided to hook up, and it was downhill from there. She told me multiple times that I was better than her partner, and she even got to the point where she would not give him none because she wanted to save it for me. Lately, she has been on some real lovey-dovey shit, which means that she likes me a lot. I care about her too, but not in that type of way. I like her, I care about her, but I cannot be in love with her because she doesn't have me fully, and I don't have her fully. So I can't not be in love with her. So one day she texts me. What does the text say? It's a screenshot of the text, so I'm trying to blow it up. One day she texts me. I hold on. Yes. One day she texts me. I wish I can't see the text message. Sorry, but basically she texts him uh lyrics to a escape song that she didn't put like it's a song. She just put the lyrics to a song. So what he wrote back was, uh, I understand how you feel. Uh, in a perfect world, I could be the man that you need me to be, but obviously, I cannot be the man you want me to be. So if this means that we just need to be just friends with no extra stuff, I'm fine with that. She replied, "Oh wow, it was a song. I wasn't saying anything deep, but thank you for telling me how you really feel." I haven't texted her or called her in a couple of days because she's mad at me. I'm not mad at her. And I'm the asshole for not reaching out.
What I need from you is understanding. How can we communicate? And you know what to say. That's the only song I can think of that she say that she wrote. And why would you randomly text that to like not randomly? Why would you text that to somebody?
True. It I think what it says, because it's real it's not I can't blow it up, but it says something about I wish I would never met you or kiss you or something like that. Like I wish I never kiss you. I never wish I never something. I don't know. I don't know those songs like that. But my thing is, I feel like when you put certain things in a text message and you have certain meanings behind it, it should come with something after it.
A disclaimer or like a
Yeah. So if it was a song, put on there, hey, this is one of my favorite lyrics. Or hurry up and text behind it because if you've been telling me for a couple of days that you've been feeling some type of way towards me, and then you text this, automatically I'm going to assume what you're texting is for real.
I think what had happened was, okay, she wanted to get the truth up out of him, but didn't know how to do it. And she said, this is the best way for me to do it. And so she did a thing of like, oh, if I text him these lyrics and he say something about the song, then okay. But I think I'm gonna get maybe he might not know the song like I think I'm gonna get how he feel about me out of like out of this. So then that's how she did it. I mean, people do have like lyric pranks that they'll send a person like a lyric or whatever, and they'll wait for the person to respond. But it's not a bar for bar. It is a bar for bar, but it's like you say one line and then you wait for the response and you give the like until you find out the person catches on. You don't give them a whole chorus to like what I'm saying to read through and try to hopefully understand. So I think that's really what it was. Instead of her just saying, "Hey, how you feel about me? I want to know this and the third because I'm feeling you." She used that, and then he came back with his response, and she's like, "Oh, I mean, I was just using a song, but I guess if this is how you feel, you wanted to know, and then he told
Right.
you, and now you heard." So Yeah. She just didn't want to seem, she didn't want to come off like, I'm hurt by what you said. She wanted it to be like, you didn't even have to do all that. And now you did too much. And now I'm upset with you. So now it's in his ball court to try to reach out to like, say, I'm sorry and everything like that. Whereas if it was her being an adult and asking truly, it would have been in her ball court to be like, damn, I got rejected. That's crazy. She just didn't want that. She didn't want that rejection. So.
So do you think he's wrong for not contacting her?
50-50. Because it's like, if he sees that she's in this instance right then and there, like kind of playing the game of like, all right, bitch, why the fuck would you send me some fucking lyrics like that and think I'm not gonna respond back regular? Then yeah, but I'm always the person to want to make sure a door is closed. Like, you know what I'm saying? I very much like where we both understand that the door is closed. Not you was walking away and that closed the door and you turn around, you like, wait a minute, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather it that. So I think he should have, if he did contact her in some way, like call or text, then he can say, hey, I tried and you didn't have any give back. So you can't say I dipped on you or I ghosted you or whatever may have you. So yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't do these. I wouldn't contact her either. 'Cause I didn't do nothing to you.
No, of course not.
I didn't do nothing to you. I feel like you mad. And the way I look at it, right, when people are mad at me, right, and I've honestly didn't do nothing on purpose to make you mad. I'm just going to take it as
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to talk to me. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
Anyway, it's too adulty. You know what I'm saying? It's too adulty to deal with feelings. If everybody's just honest from the get go about what they feel, I promise you, everybody's feelings will get hurt. So then not one person's alone and they get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody's feelings get hurt. Let's not have there would be one person without feelings. Everybody get hurt at the same time, and then we can all come together and cry about it. Right, cry about it. Anyways, am I the asshole for controlling my wife's free time? My wife and I are in our early 40s with a couple kids, so our lives are pretty busy. We try our best to give each other one night a week to ourselves, our free time to unwind or pursue solo hobbies or whatever. When the weather is nice, my wife often likes to go hiking, sometimes with her sister, sometimes with our dog, sometimes by herself. If she's going hiking, I ask her to let me know where she's going and roughly when she'll be home. I want to know so in case something happens, I know when to be concerned and where to start looking. She's grumbled about it a little bit about it before, but it's mostly never caused any issues until a couple of days ago. Ooh, this bitch might be cheating. She had her free time night on Monday and told me she was hanging out with her sister. Tuesday morning, I asked her sister how she was doing and if they had fun. She told me everything was good and they had a good time hiking together. I asked something like, hey, please remember to let me know where you're going and when you'll be home if you're going hiking. And she blew up at me. She says she's so tired of me trying to control her free time, and that's not fair for me to do, and try to micromanage what she does and where she goes and when she never does it to me. It developed into an argument from there, and we're both pretty annoyed about it. From my perspective, it's not about controlling her, it's about safety. She's out in the woods, sometimes after dark, sometimes by herself. She isn't always in the areas with cell phone coverage. I worry if she gets hurt or lost or something else happens to her and I wouldn't have a clue where to send help because unless she tells me where she's going to be. She argues that she doesn't ask for that kind of information from me when I'm having my free time. But I'm not doing activities that involve the same sort of risk. Am I the asshole for wanting to know where she is and when she'll be back when she's out hiking? No! Do you know how many people out here get murked and murdered and sliced and diced like smoked honey ham? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Shorty never watched Jeepers Creepers. I feel like she never watched The Hills Have Eyes. The bitch never even watched Chucky. Okay? There is just too many, and those are just the extreme movies. Those are extreme movies. Like there are actual scary movies that have been based off of real life events, or that just kind of makes sense. I mean, not for nothing, I hate the trope that like women can't be alone and go somewhere off by themselves without having to let somebody know. But yeah, you kind of have to, especially if you are going by yourself. It's not like you have. It's not like she has a dog with her all the time that the dog can go. Lassie can go and get help and come back and make sure that you're good. Like if you're going by yourself, and especially if you're going out at night in the woods to go hiking and shit, like bitch, people, you have a pattern. You and your sister have patterns. And what's the number one thing professional stalkers, killers, murder, whoever have in common? They follow your pattern. They ensure that you're by yourself at this time every single day, yada yada yada. That's why they tell you when you live by yourself, even if you don't live by yourself, when you get off of work, go home at different times every day or go a different route, like do something different so that way no one knows what you're doing and how to do it, you know. But she
I
cooking
mean,
so.
like you said, she's not going to the gym. You know, she's not going to the mall. She's not going to, you know, to a restaurant. She's going outside. You're going into
Yeah.
the woods. Not only you have to worry about people, but you have to worry about animals. It's
Mm.
animals in there. You know what I'm saying? You step on the wrong, you step on the wrong stick, you get bit in the ankle by a snake. You feel me? You bend over to tie your shoe. Boom, there go a bear. And he got something.
He dug in your honey pot.
Yeah, you done. You feel me? You sitting there walking, you get a little tired, a little famished. Boom, mountain lion on your ass. I'm just saying, yeah, even some aggressive ass squirrels out here. You gotta be careful. Yeah, my cousin one time got attacked by a squirrel one time. Bit
Was
his
it was
ass up.
was it a black squirrel?
Nah, he was great. He was mixed.
You're fucking.
Oh boy. Oh, are you back? Hello?
Go ahead and read.
Oh, there you go. You was in the sunken place for a little while. Didn't know where you went.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead and read.
All right. This is titled Pleasing a Pleaser.
Wow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Our male 27 has been dealing with a 47-year-old female. Our relationship has been only sexual. She admitted to me that she's been married for almost 20 years, now divorced. So she's looking for nothing but fun and excitement and a good time, at least twice a week. Which I'm down because I don't want a girlfriend anyway. And she looks really good for her age. We have very good sexual chemistry. I'm a pleaser, so is she. But she told me before the first time we had sex that she gets off on giving head. Me being the person that I am, if you want to give me head until you get off, then I'm all for it. So when
Mm-hmm.
our first time doing it, she begged me in the most seductive way, can she please put me in her mouth? I said, of course. That was the fastest way to get her off. She proceeds to do it, and it was the worst and painful hit I've had in my life. It was horrible. It was horrible. She got off, and I hurried up, and we hurry up and got the business. The problem is, we are 4 months into this. How do I stop her for giving me head, even though it's terrible, but I also know it's pleasing her, and I'm the asshole for wanting to stop her.
I'm not understanding how you the asshole when your dick getting shriveled up. Your dick getting shredded and grated like motherfucking cheese, nigga. How are you the asshole? Like, why? More importantly, why didn't you say something off rip when Shorty was out here? Your fucking
I think
dick.
that I think that what makes him the asshole because if he said something, he waited so long. But the issue is that he's a pleaser too. So him letting her do it, he was getting satisfied mentally, but not physically. He wasn't getting satisfied.
That's stupid. That's so stupid. You cannot. In order for you to receive pleasure, all sensors have to be checked off, right?
Hmm.
Like you can't enjoy the person physically. You can't enjoy the person visually, right? And not enjoy them physically, or vice versa. So like you can look good as the fuck, right? But as soon as we just start getting down with the get down, the more horrible you are at your performance, the less attraction I am having towards you while we're doing it. And by the time that if allowed is done, I don't find you attractive no. Like it happens like that. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing, like you don't go for nobody that you don't visually find appealing. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, even if their physique is banging, if they got a butterface, like, you know what I'm saying? We gonna do put a bag over it. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just I don't know. I don't know how you're able to emotionally or okay. I'm sorry. I don't know how you're able to mentally feel pleased while you're not being physically pleased. And I'm not talking about like Kama Sutra type shit. I'm not talking about like tantric sex when you're like, touching slowly and everything. Like that's like a different feeling. I'm saying like while you're actively in the act of getting sucked, fucked, whatever the case may be, how are you? Oh, this is so good. Oh, my body hates it. Like I feel like your body naturally rejects when it doesn't feel good. It's pain sensors.
Hmm.
That's like when you're going to the gym. Let's just say you go to the gym, right? They say endorphins release when you're like, working out and yada, 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 whatever. But if your body's feeling like you're about to harm itself, even if you're like, you gotta keep going, you gotta keep going, you gotta keep going, your body will like, bitch, shut up. And your legs give out. Okay. You fell off the treadmill, dead, gone. Okay. Because you wasn't listening to your body. So no matter what, that's what's gonna happen. Like your body and your mind can't separate at times. So I don't know how he can do one without the other.
It is like I've done because of the sound. Like I hate it so much, but I've like done it like in the dark, and the only thing that helped me through honestly was the sound. But at the same time, it wasn't the physical part wasn't bad though. It wasn't like it was.
But
He
that's
didn't
the
say
difference.
he did. I don't think he said that anything but that it hurts. He just saying that it's horrible. Like it just you could be horrible without pain. Like I've had where people literally took the word suck and took it literally. Like they just I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it was one particular girl. I think I was like either her first or second partner when it came to oral sex. I want to say first. And she gagged one time. And I was like, ooh. And she asked me, she was like, kind of like that. I was like, yeah. The next day, she was like, I'm like,
Annoyance.
calm down. Don't don't have a stroke. It's like, what I'm saying? So even though it didn't hurt, it wasn't like painful, but it was
Yep.
like,
Yep. That shit sounds stupid sometimes.
I mean, it was that. I mean, rapid fire.
But
I'm like,
why would you
okay.
keep wanting to do that? Like, I hate when.
The reason why she want to do it because
Yeah, no,
when she
because
did
you
the
said that
first,
you liked it.
yeah,
Like, yeah, no, I get that, but like, there's a
yeah,
difference between like taking in what somebody likes and reasonably giving it versus
mhm,
like, let me just go on a rampage of just blah, 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 like doing it over and over and over again. And I know that you're saying that is that it doesn't mean that it hurt just because it was really really bad. But I
mhm.
can't go back to nobody who did my body bad. Like I can't let you double back.
That's the only thing though. Everything else is A plus 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 plus. Like
Then he
everything
need a
else,
teacher.
see your bike. I'm not gonna hold you. A lot of women don't like to be taught.
Well,
Especially
then that's the problem.
at
But at
47 too.
47,
Yeah, you trying to teach a 47-year-old, you might get cussed out. And like I always tell women, men, when it comes to that, we be in like survival mode. So sometimes we just be like, that's why they say, oh, men just they'll do anything. It's not that. It just we just sometimes we just take what we can get.
why say
So
something and lose the possibility of sex when I could just deal with it and still get sex?
right. You hear women say shit all the time. If you just be honest, that's a gamble. I'm not taking that gamble. Because if I do be honest and you don't like my honesty, then boom, it's over with. Now it might be a rare case where they're like, you know what? Because you was honest, I like that, yada yada yada. But a lot of
I'm
people
like
are not gonna
I'm
take
like
that
that. I
risk.
want you to be honest with me. I want you to be completely honest with me because at the end of the day, I'm thinking that you like something. And the whole time I'm embarrassing the fuck out of myself because I'm thinking like, yeah, I got, because like for example, there's a lot of men and then a lot of women out here. Hold on, let me say this. We all know that men get shitted on a daily when it comes to sex. Like it's like either you good or you bad. I mean, you can teach your brother how to fuck a little bit if he knows how to fuck a little bit. Maybe you can teach him how to fuck better for you. But if he don't got it, he don't got it. It is what it is. Every bitch don't got the wettest pussy, and every bitch don't got the tightest pussy, and every bitch don't got the prettiest pussy. But you ask every single bitch on this world, she gonna be like, I got the tightest, nicest, juiciest, gushy, prettiest pink pussy you ever done seen in your life. And it looked like a submarine that been sent outside for 15 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, every bitch is gonna think that, right? Because I feel men don't say anything to women. Like they don't say nothing. They either try to make it work for them because, like you said, we get what we can get,
Mhm.
or y'all just stop fucking with her on the low, and it's like, yo, fuck that nigga. That nigga ghosted me. He acted like he da 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 da. Your your personality might not have been the only reason why he left your ass. Like that's kind of how I feel. I feel like no one's telling women like what it is. So after I had sex, we be laid and cut it up. I'm looking at you, you looking at me. I'm like, hello, recap, nigga, play by play. What's up? What did you think? What about this? What about that? Now, I do like hearing if you do like something, so that way I can use it for later. But it's not going to be used
Mhm.
every single time. It's not going to be used constantly. But it's to know. It's nice to have that in the back of my head for the next time. But I want you to tell me so that way because if you don't like, I had a guy told me I forgot what it was. It a position or was it? Uh, It was something like he didn't like the fact that like I use two hands or something like that. I can't remember. So I was like, oh okay, fix it up. That's it. Then ain't no sweat off my back. It's okay. It's called growth.
Yeah, yeah.
Being an adult.
I've always said, when a man says good vagina, he's not really talking about the vagina. He's talking about the experience. And if you don't have the personality to go behind the experience, that's a good way for me not to talk to you no more. Because I don't care how good it is, if you're an asshole, then You know. Now maybe when I was younger, though, when I was in my 20s, that was it. Now I gotta like you in some type of way. Some type of way I gotta like you. But
Hmm. All right. Am I the asshole for calling the cops on Elmer Fudd neighbor? Okay. Uh, am I asshole for calling the cops? I live in a townhouse community. My neighbor recently installed a high-pitched whining noise device allegedly to keep out bunnies. I'm on the East Coast, so it's 12:30 a.m. while posting this. He has a weird obsession with local rabbits, not because he has a garden or anything. To my knowledge, these bunnies have not wronged him in any way. Nothing seems able to explain his vendetta, and this thick accent makes it really hard for me to take seriously when he's ranting about the bunnies. The noise is loud enough that my dogs go nuts, and people who sleep on the front side of their house have great difficulty sleeping. I'm usually a just talk about it kind of guy, so early this evening, I knocked on his door and asked him if he could turn it off so people could sleep. He said to get lost and joked that I should call the cops. So I found the non emergency number for the local cops and called. I'll update this as if anything fun happens. As a person who generally isn't a fan of the police, am I an asshole for calling him? Update one. Cop took about 15 minutes to arrive, not bad for emergency line, the non-emergency line, and have been talking to him inside his house, so I can't hear much. Update two. Bud was telling the cop how I'm a bad neighbor. I have dogs. Oh my gosh. They're sweet, always on a leash, always curved, but sometimes they bark at his annoying bunny device. Can you believe it? The audacity. Cop left, noise machine is off, score one for the Poppos for tonight. I somehow bet this isn't the end of Elmer. Debating making a giant Elmer Fudd sign with an arrow pointing at his house for the next time he turns his noise system on. He's the kind of guy who definitely will. Update three. He decided to make it start during their hours when noise can be louder and has turned it down to 65 decibels, the legal limit for the day. He also set it to run constantly. Ugh, my poor dogs. Anybody know anything legal for me to drop bunny chow on the edge of my yard? I'm thinking of getting some and putting it out when night quiet starts. Other better ideas or advice on how this should be appreciated. Update 4. Elmer decided he lost and hasn't turned on his Wabbit device in over 24 hours. I'm counting this as a win. That's the only thing about neighbors, dog, that I'm scared about is like, and I feel like this with any person that like you move to like any area or you have people move in next to you. It's like you don't know how they are. You don't know what they're into. You don't know like the disturbances they may cause. You don't know if they're like a party house. You don't know if they're a house with dogs that bark all night or they are just like really, really fucking weird. So I think that's the only scary part of like moving into a neighborhood or someone leaving the neighborhood and a new person coming in.
mhm. I don't. If I was the neighbor, I would think it was funny. I wouldn't. I wouldn't think you would be an asshole for doing that.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like you have Roxy and Roscoe, you know,
Mm.
think about your neighbor who had this like unbearable, like it's loud as fuck sound going all through the fucking night. And all it's doing is making the dogs bark constantly, like more than they already do. And then more importantly, you're on the side of the house where the neighbor's house is. So now you can't sleep, like because of that
Yeah.
constant ass noise going over and over again. All because some fucking bunnies. Like bunnies, my nigga. They not like it's rabbits. You know what I'm saying? Like you make it is like unless I can understand if you have a garden, put some chicken wire or something like that up that they can't get into it, or put it in a box area or something like that. But for you to have a noisemaker for rabbits is crazy.
So what is supposed to be? All right, I'm a little lost. Not lost. But like, so what is noise making supposed to do? Like have the so the bunnies don't go nowhere?
I guess it's like you know how like there's a silent whistle for dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it emanates like a certain type of sound that for rabbits they don't like, so they stay away. But for other animals, it's just a nuisance to have on. and so like the dogs
Mm.
just be barking at it.
He probably been doing it so long, he probably don't even realize it. Like he probably don't even like realize the real damage he's doing, and he don't see the
Yeah, but if
consequences.
I as a neighbor come to you and be like, "Hey, could you cool it on the damn noise machine? Like, I can't sleep." And he said a lot of neighbors also had complaints saying like, "We can't sleep like that. Like, all the dogs in the neighborhood won't shut the fuck up because of it. Like, can you just not? You're doing it because of rabbits, G. Because of rabbits. Like, this isn't no safety or town patrol or neighborhood watch. This is about weapons. And
About
again,
what?
about what? Like, please, let's chill out.
Hit him,
That's too much.
hit him in the lip one time. That's probably what needs to
Huh?
happen. I feel like we should go back like to the old days. Not with like guns, but I think like when we have I think the HOA, right, need to have a dual Saturday. When you have a problem with a neighbor, y'all have a duel. Y'all tussle it out. And whoever wins, you win your side of the argument. So if he wins, he keep the noise with the rabbits. And if he loses, then the dude he cut the noise off. Yeah, yeah,
Fuck that
yeah.
noise machine because I'm gonna break it.
I don't really have I don't have bad neighbors. It was one particular time where we was keeping somebody's dog for them and we kept them in the garage because he did bark a lot. But at the same time, I don't know because we were asleep or how the house is set up, we didn't really hear the dogs like that. So one day, neighbor across the street came across. He was like, "Hey man, what's up with the dogs in the garage? Oh, we keeping it for somebody. Like they're loud." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, like they're loud." And my bedroom is like right there in the front. So we had to figure something out, which I didn't have a problem with. But sometimes you just don't really fully understand the the extent of what's going on. But yeah, yep. All right, this is my last one. This one says, "I might be the asshole and ain't going to jail."
Okay, come on, Jim.
So I met this girl about 6 months ago at a nightclub. We had one
Mm-hmm.
night stand, and we have been tangled together ever since. Around month three, I asked her to move in with me. She slowly moved all her things in. Something shifted in month six. Her attitude changed. I know she would get very verbally abusive, and she even pushed me a couple times. There was one particular time we had arguments where she threw plates and broke plates in the kitchen. I kind of let that go, but things never really got better. We had talks with her and her parents about what's going on. Her dad told me she does have anger issues, which I feel like before we moved in, they kind of should have warned me about. Anyway, moving forward, we had our last argument. I couldn't take it anymore. So I asked her to get out. I didn't kick her out. I just asked her to leave, which I gave her a week to leave. She left the next day and didn't return for the whole week, but she still had her
Mm-hmm.
things there. And she told me through text that she wasn't getting her things because she still lives here. Came back one day, got into a huge argument. So I decided to take her things to her parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
Went to work, came back from work, went to work. She didn't realize I changed the locks. So when I came back from work, all her stuff was back on the porch, on the front porch. I wasn't doing this. I didn't do this to be an asshole or was doing it thinking that something really was going to happen. I was doing it so she could. I was doing it so she could think I was serious and get her stuff. She left her stuff on the porch, so I packed it up very neatly on the porch with a free sign attached to it. So he put like a garage sale sign
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with the arrow pointing at her stuff. A couple hours later, I realized that her stuff was gone. I text her and told her, "Thank you for getting your stuff off the porch." She replied, "I've never been to your house. Where's my shit?" And I'm the asshole, and plus I think I'm going to jail. Can he go to jail for that?
For putting somebody else's shit outside and somebody else took it?
Well, originally he took it to the parents' house. She brought it back and left it on the
No.
porch.
No.
Okay. So you think he's the asshole? Because he did it as a prank, thinking she's gonna see it and like, oh, this nigga crazy. Let me get my shit. It didn't happen that way. Kind of backfired. And motherfuckers driving by like, oh shit, free shit. Let me see what's up here. Oh, this some nice stuff. Is that Chanel?
Yeah. Yeah. No, actually no. Because if he brought her shit to her parents' house and then she brought it back, I would have just left it at my parents' house. Why am I bringing shit back to a house that obviously, even if it's in a prank, basically I'm being kicked out of or feeling unwelcomed in? No. So yeah, she should have just left her shit at her parents' house. Like, why is she gonna pack up all her shit and take it right back to the house that someone just put my shit out? That don't make no sense. That don't make no
It
sense.
don't. It don't, especially when you get there and the locks will change. So that means that nigga really don't want you there.
Yeah, if the locks is changed, no, that's stupid. That's what we call desperata. I don't. That's not a word. Desperate. So you know.
She crazy for real. I think he might get cut. Like I wouldn't be surprised after this. Like his car was messed up or something. Something got busted. Something got busted.
It wasn't her bag.
That's probably what's the problem was. I don't know. People crazy, man.
Giving up that coochie woochie.
People crazy. I think if people could have like their Carfax on top of their head when you meet them,
Mm-hmm.
that would be much better. You know,
What do they
this
call
is
that? The whole
aggressive.
facts? Something like
Yeah,
that?
you have like aggressive, may put hands on you. Like if you know this stuff, and because a lot of times people don't. It's crazy. People don't show that side of them until like people are like deeply in love or invested. It don't happen to me before where I've been in with somebody like 2, 3 years, and then they want to start putting hands on me. So
Oh,
yeah. So that's a hard thing to yeah, yeah, weird.
I think I have an idea for our next show that just happened. Okay, last one for the Nizite. Hi, Sean. All right, am I the asshole for asking my friend to leave my birthday party because she brought her crying ass baby? Uh, I 27 female recently threw a birthday party for my apartment. At my apartment. It was pretty low key gathering with about 10 friends, lots of snacks, a couple of drinks, and just have a fun night hanging out. Everything was going well until my friend Sarah, 28, excuse me, showed up with her 7-month-old baby. Now, why you bring a 7-month-old baby to a daggone party? That's damn near a toddler.
Almost close,
All
close.
right. Now, I love Sarah. I feel like this person's black because nobody white says now I love, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this, I would just read it as a black person because that gave me I'm a nigga. That gave me right there. Anyway, now I love Sarah and I know she's a mom, but I wasn't expecting her to bring the baby to a party, especially since we had planned to play games, drink, and chat. The baby started crying almost immediately when they walked in, and Sarah tried to calm her down, but she was clearly struggling. At first, I thought it was just a momentary thing, but the crying continued for almost an hour. This is black. Super loud and nonstop. It was hard to hear anything over the noise, and some of the other guests were getting visibly uncomfortable. I eventually pulled Sarah to the side and asked her if she could maybe step outside with the baby or take a break in the other room until the baby calmed down. I explained that it was just hard to enjoy the party with the crying. She was clearly upset and told me that I should be more understanding since she can't just leave the baby at home, and she was doing her best to keep her calm. She ended up leaving shortly after, and now she's not speaking to me. I feel bad because I know being a mom is hard, but I also feel like it was my birthday and I wanted to have a good time without the crying baby. Some people think I was rude for asking her to leave, while others think I was just trying to protect the vibe of the party. Am I the asshole? No, no, no,
I'm
no.
50-50.
Let me give my non-used uterus view. Okay, so bitch, we are in our late 20s. Okay. Now I know like a lot of people have already had their kids in their late 20s, and that's perfectly fine. That's kind of like the startup. You have kids, right? But I don't have them. Therefore, I don't have an understanding for them. Like now, me just naturally now, like even at 32, right? I don't have kids, right? I have nieces and nephews and everything like that, but I don't have kids, right? So if I have a function at my house, and you know it's gonna be a real cool like little house shindig, whatever. Even though it's at my house, don't feel comfortably inclined to bring your child, especially without there being a check with me. And that's what I didn't hear in this story. I didn't hear her say, now before Sarah came, she did ask me if it was okay for her to bring the baby. And I said it was cool because I know she's a new mom and she doesn't have a lot of help, but I wanted her to also be there to enjoy my birthday with me. That was not said nor stated. So I'm thinking that she was thinking that Sarah was going to show up with her arms full of drinks and snacks. Okay. Maybe a jacuzzi board. Okay. Not a 7-month-old baby. All right. So I'm sure a lot of people were like, oh, she brought the baby. Now everybody, when they come with the baby, everybody's like, oh my goodness, 7-month-old, the baby, right? But then you get into the realistics of the baby, and the baby's fussy and she's crying. More importantly, the reason why is probably because the baby is 7 months old, and you have the baby out at a evening nighttime function, which is messing with her sleep schedule and messing with her eating, and she is around a lot of noise that she's probably not used to, and music, chatter, people, and all this other stuff. It's going to constantly annoy her because this is not her environment. She's not used to this. You feel what I'm saying? And it's not like it's other kids around and whatever. Now, the friend was nice enough to say, like, shorty, this is my place. You can literally go into a bedroom and just be with her if that's something that you want to do until she calms down. Or dip. Like, because ain't nobody ask your baby to come anyway. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I just feel like she don't know what a coochie. I hope she got a coochie. She done pushed out a baby. But I'm just saying that I feel like it was really rude for the friend to show up to a party with an unannounced guest, and the friend needs to grow up and understand that just a year ago, before you found out you got pregnant, had you been in the same situation, you probably would have felt some type of way too about the person bringing the baby to your party. That's how I see it.
So I agree with everything you said. Um, I don't disagree with anything. The reason why I say I was 50-50 because I understand both parties. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason why I understand both parts because, of course, I'm a parent. Now, with that being said, I find myself in conversations with people all the time who are not parents, and they legit don't have an understanding, like you said, about being a parent. Sometimes people think being a parent is like just it's easy, like it's what I'm saying. You just really never know. With that being said, what was her name? Sarah with the baby.
Mm-hmm.
This could be a thing where normally the baby acts like this. But today is something's wrong. That could have
Mhm.
been it. Also, could have been she didn't have the proper sitter. Also, too, I've known people to get mad because of shit like this. So let's say, for instance, Sarah couldn't find a babysitter. Hey, I can't come because I don't have a babysitter. Now, but where the daddy at? You have a mama, you have a, this, that, and third. Pay a babysitter. Da, 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 da. So it could be a point where, like, you know what? I'm trying to do all these things at once. I'm trying to take care of this baby and be there for my friend. Right? Then on the other hand, you're absolutely right. Why would you bring a baby to most likely adult function? You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
it's an adult uh type of thing. The sucky part about it is this is something they gonna have. This is not gonna be the last issue they have at all. Due to the fact that her friend doesn't, one has a baby, one doesn't. Because you have this baby, especially the older the baby gets, the more attention that baby's gonna need. So it's gonna get to a point where, hey, we going out Saturday. I can't, got the baby. And what happens a lot is that friendship like dwindles because of that. Because y'all don't hang out no more. Because the text messages slow down, or Sarah always complaining about the baby or complaining about this, that, and the third. The relationship is going to change so much as this baby get older, and it's just an unfortunate situation where this baby is going to come between them, especially now. Because I know women, y'all hold grudges. So if whoever mad, if Sarah mad or the other girl mad, it's gonna be a grudge. Hopefully they are really good, mature adults where they can come together and have like, hey, this, that, and the third or whatever. But um, I kind of understand both parties. She really want to be there for a friend, like she's been there all this long time,
Mhm.
and now she has to make this adjustment. A lot of people can't adjust to not doing what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it has nothing to do with it, but like for example, when people have kids, right, and they're used to a certain type of lifestyle, they still try their best to have a lifestyle. Like it was, I just seen a post where this lady left her 2 year old at home because she wanted to go on a yacht party. She wanted a yacht party and left her 2 year old at home and was shocked
Well,
when she went to
that's
jail.
a some bitch. That there's but I mean, I get what you're saying. Like I have friends who have kids, obviously. Um, and I knew them before their children. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say that before they had nothing, there's not a friend of mine who's how our communication, how we talk and everything, there's nothing different from when they didn't have kids versus to having a child. The only difference is instead of us just sitting down and we just talking, now there's a little dabba dabba doo running around or whatever may have you. That might just do like a quick interruption here and there or whatever may have you. But I think that's a time where you need to teach kids and have that village to also teach a child like don't interrupt while I'm talking, like we all know how like that goes. But if we're talking about something like as a baby, like you just have a baby and everything like that, and the person's like getting adjusted because 7 months ain't a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
you can tell people all the time, like, oh, 7 months, you barely know the person. You don't really know how that person is. You don't know how yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, so if the same room rules with adults, why does the same thing go with a baby? 7 months,
Right.
like, yeah, the baby been inside you or whatever, and the father's voice has been around, but y'all got to get to know this baby. Y'all got to get to know
Hmm.
who their personality. They got to get adjusted to your lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They were able to be awake and sleep whenever they wanted. Now they got to come out the womb and do it how you want them to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or and vice versa. So you still getting to know this little human. And I feel like you should be able to have some form of common sense to know the appropriate times to have a child and to not. Like I have friends who have kids, and like even when they all started having their kids around the same time, they would still have adult parties and even kick their own kids out and be like, our kids ain't here, they gone. So this is an adult time with adult people. Do not bring your kids. Like if you
Right.
need to, my parents will have your kids while they have our kids. But this is not the time for kids. But guess what? They'll turn around and say, we're having an adult party, but this is an adult party with kids. So you can bring your kids and everything because they're all around the same age. You don't have to really watch them like that. You can still have a good time, but and still have the kids around. Like they make sure that they give both so that way it's not confusing to say the least.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I feel like in this instance, she's not the asshole. I feel like it's very rude for you to show up to my birthday party where I'm thinking of having, what if I want to, what if I had a scripper coming and that was my surprise for y'all? Like, hey, yo, scripper. You know what I'm saying? And he got a baby, you know?
Right.
Just like,
Yeah.
so I went to Atlanta, as if y'all don't know, I went to Atlanta at the top of February because Cora was performing, right? Now is an open forum, but you have to pay to get inside. Cora had been promoting this show probably since the beginning of December, maybe November. I'll give middle November, beginning December. She had been promoting this show. So it was known the date and the time of this show. And we all know Miss Stacks swings around a pole. Okay. So you know that it's going to be pole dancing, lingerie, very promiscuous, a lot of skin, titties, ass. It's going to be a lot of that. Sexual content, music, and all. Okay. On the flyer, it says drinks will be there, food will be provided, whatever. If you known for this amount of time, and even if you only knew the week beforehand, maybe you only knew 2 days beforehand, and your people was performing, okay, and you wanted to be there to support, do you think just because you might not have a babysitter, or maybe you do have an option of somebody watching your kid, but you just don't want to bother them, do you think it would be appropriate to bring a child to an event like that of any caliber?
Right.
There was a baby there. There was a woman on the floor with like a 7 maybe to almost a year-old baby on the floor in the corner, okay, to support whoever she was there to support. It had the professional noise blockers on the baby's ears. So you came prepared to bring your baby to a place that you knew was going to have loud music to watch people swing around a pole. And I understand, like sometimes there's some people out there who don't want to like make some things that they don't believe to be overly sexual, and feel like a child shouldn't be able to witness it. But ma'am, you brought a baby to a stripper class or a stripper showcase. I don't want to say stripper, but you know what I'm saying? An exotic dancer showcase or whatever. I don't care how you cut that cookie. That shit is very fucking inappropriate. Like, no matter what. Because what if the women get out there and they're like, I got kids. Take that baby out of here. I'm not performing in front of the damn baby. Like, what if they have higher morals than that? Yes, I'm around consenting adults. If you gotta give your ID to show that you over 21 to be in here so you can get something to drink and stuff, why is the baby in here? Like, no, I'm not with that. So like, there's things like that where people feel like, oh, I can bring my baby wherever. Obviously, that's a bitch who feels like she can bring her baby wherever because she brought a damn baby to a pole showcase. Like, and that's not the case. You can't do. You have to have some type of discernment of what you're doing and where you're going. You know.
Yeah, I think it's up on all sides. I think it's us on all sides. But nah, you're not the asshole. She's not the asshole. She's
No,
saying that
I
we
know.
need her. I mean, hopefully this was the first and last time something like this happened. And baby, maybe on both ends, it could be better communication on both ends about, what's going on. Because it might be, like I said, it might be a situation where she don't have a village. I tell people all the time, if you have kids, whatever handbook you have, throw that shit away. That, because people say all the time, oh, if I had a baby, just do this, just do that. They don't work like that. They don't
Yeah,
work like
but I at the end of the day, I feel like the person who was asked to leave, the friend Sarah was asked to leave, was an asshole because you brought the baby uninvited. At the end of the day, the baby's a guest. Like, if you didn't tell me that, if I invited you to my birthday party, period, and you show with with a whole person, an extra person that you didn't run by me nor ask me about, that's rude to me, regardless of the fact. You should have asked me because I invited you. This is not like a function. You know what I'm saying? This is not a hall. This is my townhouse. And yeah,
Right.
some townhouses can be big, but like she said, it's supposed to be like a 10, 12 people thing. It's private, it's personal. Why would you be bringing somebody that I don't even know like that? So I know, like, yeah, that's weird to say about a baby, but
Yeah.
same thing. Like, you brought the baby without running it by me. And then when I try to say, hey, can you go to the room upstairs? Whatever. It's just like nobody wants to be bothered by all that crying when you're trying to have a good time. Like, this is a controlled environment. This is not uncontrolled. This is not public. This is a controlled environment. And the fact that her friend got mad at that, like, regardless of
Yeah.
the fact,
Also, too, if your baby been crying that long, it might be something wrong anyway. So, for you not to have the understanding that somebody wants you to leave, that is pretty asshole-ish to me.
yeah, because I
For you to
mean,
be like,
think about it like
really?
this.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for you
Yeah,
to be
like
shocked.
if you're at a family gathering and y'all all hanging around each other, y'all know baby's gonna be there. But guess what happens when the
Right.
baby starts crying and stuff? What does the mother or the father do? They get up and exit the room to go calm the baby down somewhere because maybe the baby's just too fucking overstimulated with
Right.
everything going on around them. Why would you think it wouldn't happen in this type of case? Yeah, that's all.
Mhm.
All right, guys, it's 10:12, and I'm barely holding on to a string. And I know Amir's and them, you have to get up way early in the morning, so I'm going to keep this short. You know where to find me, Kenny Tay Sweet. It's right there in the subtitle. You see it, you can read it. On Instagram, TikTok, C.Hayes, INC. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Vault, not the Vault, Lord. What's the people name? Black Girls
Black
React
girl.
on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. And here with my favorite man of all time, me and Duke, The Vault with Chase and Duke. Um, yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't. Go ahead, please.
Hey man, it's your boy Duke, your favorite fat person. Catch me on TikTok at Me and Duke. Also, you can catch me here every Thursday with with the gorgeous C Hayes. Also on Sundays and Tuesday, you catch me on the Popcorn You Be a Podcast where I'm one fifth of the podcast. If you add the 5 1, trust me, the math is right. Um, yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, there's not gonna be music tonight. I'm tired. All right, y'all. Love and peace and skeet and hair grease.